This episode of Abandoned Cape Breton takes us to a high hill in Lingan, overlooking Sydney Harbour. This once highly secretive military facility was established during the Cold War. Its purpose? To monitor and detect potential air threats, ensuring the safety and security of Canadian airspace. We'll examine its crucial role in the defense strategies of Canada and its NATO allies. Although the operational significance may have faded with the end of the Cold War, it has since gained an entirely new allure, attracting urban explorers, history enthusiasts, and other curious adventurers alike. This is CFS Sydney. Plans for a North American radar net began in 1946. However, the cost for running such a program was deemed to be too expensive. With the successful test of an atomic bomb in the USSR, plans changed. In 1949, the U.S. Congress approved a $161 million construction program in cooperation with the Royal Canadian Air Force for a continuous line of stations across southern Canada. The United States Air Force's Continental Air Command and the Royal Canadian Air Force met in October 1950 to start planning in earnest, and in January 1951 presented Recommendation 51-1 for the extension of the Continental Radar Defense System. Radar transmits a focused pulse of microwave energy. Yep, just like your cell phone or microwave oven, only way stronger. The transmitted microwave bounces off of objects such as a cloud, a plane, or an ICBM. Part of this beam of energy bounces back and is measured by the radar, providing information about the object. This radar antenna rotated at 5 revolutions per minute and could detect aircraft up to 200 miles away, and at altitudes of 100,000 feet. This image is of an L-band radar and had a pulse rate of 440 pulses per second and peak power of 750 kilowatts. The radar itself operates inside a radome, which gives these locations their unique Epcot Center-like appearance. A radome, a portmanteau of radar and dome, is a structural weatherproof enclosure that protects a radar antenna. The radome is constructed of material transparent to radio waves. Radomes protect the antenna from weather and conceal electronic equipment from view. They also protect nearby personnel from being accidentally struck by quickly rotating antennas. Radomes can be constructed in several shapes: spherical, geodesic, planar, depending on the particular application. The radome is composed of various construction materials such as fiberglass, polytetrafluoroethylene coated fabric, and other similar material. The Pinetree line was a series of radar stations located across southern Canada at about the 50th parallel north, stretching from the Atlantic to the Pacific coasts. The system was deployed as a series of 33 main stations. The majority of these ran in a line at about the 53rd parallel on the west and at about the 50th parallel in the east. 22 of the main stations and all of the gap fillers were paid for by the United States Air Force, leaving 11 to the Royal Canadian Air Force. However, 16 of the main stations were staffed by Royal Canadian Air Force personnel. On the 1st of January 1955, the system was officially handed over to the Royal Canadian Air Force Command. In time, an additional 10 stations were added. The main radar operations building of CFS Sydney has since been repurposed for one of 3 East Coast Canadian coastal radar sites. The one remaining system is a Royal Canadian Air Force operated, minimally attended AN FPS 117 and commits radar information to NORAD as I'm filming. A welding school, retirement home, curling club, Cape Breton Regional Municipal Water Storage, and civilian homes are on the site of the former radar base today. CFS Sydney opened in April 1954 as part of the Pinetree line network of radar stations. The location of the station on a low ridge along the eastern shore of Sydney Harbour provided coverage of a large portion of the Cabot Strait and south coast of Newfoundland to complement United States Air Force-operated Pinetree line stations at Stephenville, Gander, and St. John's to the northeast. Sydney's coverage was backed up by Royal Canadian Air Force Station Beaverbank and Royal Canadian Air Force Station Barrington to the southwest, and the Royal Canadian Air Force Station St. Margaret's to the west. Using the radial call sign Pepper, the Sydney station consisted of the Radome, early warning and ground control intercept radars, as well as supporting buildings including residences for personnel. The primary lodger unit established at the station was No. 221 Aircraft Warning Squadron. This unit formed at Sydney on August 1, 1953, while the station was under construction. Search radars installed included models FPS-3, FPS-27, and FPS-508. With ever-changing radar technologies, and as tensions eased between the United States and the Soviet Union, this silent witness to a bygone era has become obsolete. CFS Sydney's radar ceased formal operations on January 17, 1991. The station was decommissioned by the Canadian Forces in 1992, whereby the Government of Canada transferred the property to the Government of Nova Scotia. It was subsequently transferred to the Municipality County of Cape Breton, which established a non-profit development company named New Dawn Enterprises Limited to market the buildings and residences for civilian use. In 2004, it was discovered that an above-ground fuel storage tank at the former CFS Sydney site was leaking. A subsequent investigation identified 35 other underground fuel storage tanks on the property, some of which were also leaking. The Department of National Defense has committed to cleaning up the site and remediating any resulting soil contamination. Nestled amid the picturesque postcard landscapes of Cape Breton, one can forget the historical significance and engineering triumph that this base once represented. Exploring the abandoned radar base offers a unique glimpse into the Cold War era and the lives of those who work there. It serves as a tangible reminder of the efforts made to protect Canadian soil. There is still a light security presence at the former base today, so if you visit, remember to tread lightly, and that people do live here. Thank you for watching this episode of Abandoned Cape Breton. Where will I go next on this beautiful island known for its stunning landscapes and rich history? Do you know of any abandoned sites you'd like to visit with me? Let me know in the comments. And hit that like and subscribe. Join me next time as we embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries hidden within Abandoned Cape Breton.